Today we're talking about how to package your artwork. Greetings, people of the internet. I'm Scott with Serkworks Art Labs. Welcome to the underground laboratory where we create robots, aliens, zombies, and other imminent threats to humanity. And sometimes we sell those things online, and in order to do that, you got to ship that stuff out. When you do, you have to know how to package it. So I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to package your artwork, different products, whatever. I sell a bunch of different things on my online store. So this was a question I got, and I don't think I've covered this before. So I know a lot of you guys have online stores or want to start selling online. So hopefully this will come in handy. Let's get to it. So I got some questions about how I package the products that I sell on my online store, specifically my prints. They wanted to know whether I ship them in tubes or flat or whatever's best. And so I'm going to go through, and I do a little bit of both, and there's reasons for that. And I also want to show you some other tips and things that I do when I ship. Everyone does it a little bit differently. So hopefully you can glean something from what I'm telling you and kind of come up with your own system or whatever, or you can borrow what I do. You know, it's not like a trade secret or anything, but anyway, so as far as my prints, so this is the average size print that I sell. This is an what is it, 12 by 18? So this is my Haters Hate, Creators Create print, inspired by, of course, Dr. Frankenstein. But the first thing I do is I get poly bags or clear bags from clearbags.com, and I use that for all my different products. And you can, get whatever sizes you want from clear bags. They have pretty much everything. So most of my products, whether it's just like the smallest postcards to big prints to even larger prints, which I'll show you in a minute, I use clear bags for, and I would recommend that. It just gives it a, it helps protect it, but it also, it's a little more professional if it's in a clear bag like this, in addition to whatever else you're gonna package. So for a size like this, I usually do ship them flat, and I find that most people would prefer to have their prints shipped flat. Now, there are certain occasions where I sell a giant print like this one. I forgot what this one is, like 20 by 30 or something. I can't even fit it on the screen here, but this is my Fueled by Sriracha print. So yeah, it's pretty massive, so there's just no way I can ship this flat. I don't know if it's even a possibility. If it is, if they will ship something that big flat, probably not. So for that, I do have to go with the tube. The other reason that I use a tube sometimes is when I sell these. These are sort of this is kind of my answer to like a loot crate or whatever, where I just put all kinds of cool stuff in this, the cardboard tube, and I call it a test tube. And so that, just because of the novelty of it, and I can fit some cool stuff in it, I use a tube for that. So those are really the only instances where I use a tube. And of course, tubes are pretty self-explanatory. You want to get a pretty durable tube because you never know what the post office is going to do to these. My friend Jeff Lafferty has an online store. He ships a lot of prints, and he actually gets like heavy PVC and cuts it down, and there's like nothing they can do. So that's a tip. If you're really worried, you can go out and find some thicker PVC, like the black PVC pipe, and cut that down. And and I don't know if you can ship it like that or if you have to wrap it, but that, if you're really worried about them damaging it, that's the way to go. But mine are pretty thick. So one of the things I do is, you want to get a nice thick backboard. Now I acquired a whole bunch of big giant big giant cardboard sheets, and I cut them all down to basically the size of my print, as you can see here. Now, normally the corrugated cardboard like this, I would recommend against, because it can kind of bend and everything. If you look, these are like double ply, so they're pretty sturdy. Other than that, you can get some thick like chipboard like this. This is actually a little thinner, but you can get it thicker. But I just happen to have a lot of these because at the day job, they ship a lot. We get a lot of big giant prints made, and I just take those things, big giant refrigerator box types things. And anytime they have something like that, I take that and I cut it down to this size. So that's what I'm going to do. So what I do is I just cut that to the right size, a little bit bigger than my print. You don't want it right up to the edge because it could still get damaged. And then I use these poly bags. You can see here, forgot where I ordered these, but I will put a link in the description. And I can use these for just about anything. I can use these if I'm shipping like If I'm shipping t-shirts, which I usually don't do because I have a fulfillment place that ships my t-shirts out for me. But anyway, so that's what I do there. Now I usually flip it over on the back, and then just for added protection, I've cut out these little cardboard pieces. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put these in the corner just to give it a little more stability, and because that's really where things get banged up, is in the corners. So yeah, so I'll show you how I'm going to do this. We'll probably speed this up a bit, but first of all, I want to, you know, pull that. I always wait. I don't secure these, or I don't paste these down until I'm ready to ship, because sometimes people want the print signed, and it's just a little easier. This particular one isn't going to be signed, so I'm going to do that, and then we'll place these here, and then I've just got, you know, regular masking tape. Actually, I do want to lock this down a bit, so what I'll do is tape this down to the board, and then you can't see it, so the camera's not high enough up for you to see, but top and bottom. And then I'm going to go and put these here, just kind of wrap them around like so, and again, that's just a little added extra protection. All right, so the print is backed and it's pretty secure and everything, but before I put it in this poly bag, I want to throw in a few extras, and that's always a good thing, especially if you're shipping internationally, because the thing is, with international shipping, it just gets so expensive, and there's no way you can really drop the price of international shipping, because it's just a set price. And you know, it's tough for people outside of the States where I am when I ship something internationally, because it costs so much. So the least I can do is throw a bunch of extras in there, because if it's light enough, it doesn't cost any extra. It's not going to add a lot of weight, but it'll give more value, and it'll help, you know, help kind of ease that pain of having to pay that enormous shipping fee. So this one isn't international, but I do still throw in a few things. Again, I always throw in a little promotion here. And then I like to throw in just some buttons, depending on what it is. Like if I'm shipping like a button pack, like this is one that's going to go out. So somebody just ordered a pack of buttons. I probably won't throw a bunch of extra buttons, and this is kind of a small item, but I will throw in the little one with my, you know, with my logo on it and everything, and then possibly for that maybe a sticker and, you know, and the card and all that. But depending on the, you know, the price point, I do want to throw some extras and things like that in there. So let's see what else I might throw in, like an actual postcard that's not a promotion, and then, you know, maybe even, you know, a sticker. So put that there, and I always do like a handwritten note, so, you know, it just gives it a nice touch there. Now, the other thing I can do that I do sometimes is I've got some little stamp things here with my, you know, information on it. They don't really stick great to these poly bags, but if I'm using like a paper bag or something like that, or maybe if I want to stamp these on the back here, I can do that. But anything you can do to add a personal touch or add your own branding to it. For instance, when I'm selling in stores, almost everything I do, you can see this bright green. That's kind of, if you see my lab coat, it's all kind of that color. So when I sell at comic conventions, I've got the lime green bags, and it's just kind of a trademark. Hopefully, you know, when people see that lime green bag and it's got my logo and everything on it, you know, maybe people will take notice or whatever. But anyway, so that's kind of how I ship my prints. And then of course, what you do now is, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but I did face it backwards just in case. If you want some added protection, you can put another sheet of like the chipboard on top of that. But these, so far I've been lucky that I haven't really had too many damaged. I just slide that in there, and then I'm gonna pull that out around here, and then I'll seal that. So that's kind of, and then of course, you know, your labels. I was lucky enough to acquire these. They're really good. They're called True Block. You can paste them over other labels. They won't see through. They're really nice, and I saw them on, I don't know if it was clearance or what, but they were like 30 cents for a pack, so I bought a whole bunch of them. And I'm pretty sure that was like a mistake on the retailer's part. But anyway, so I've got a stockpile of these, and they work really well. But you know, some people use the label printers, whatever works for you. Since I got a really good deal on these, that's what I use. And then, you know, of course, you know, throw your label on there. Now, let's see, other products. For instance, I sell a lot of comic books. So I've got my comics here, and for these, I go a little different route. These are bubble mailers. They've got some bubble wrap in there, and these are already backed and boarded, so hopefully that's enough protection. Again, I've been lucky so far, but if you want added protection, you can throw some chipboard in there. Now, if somebody orders all 3 of my comic books, again, I like to throw in a few extras, so maybe I'll throw in some trading cards, maybe a promotion. Again, some, you know, maybe throw in just whatever I got, basically. But, you know, I always throw in buttons and things like that. So we've got that, and then this all fits nicely into here. And I use these for other things, too. If I've got a smaller product, sometimes I'll cut these in half. Like, for instance, let's see, right here, we've got, where was that? So these buttons here. So if I'm shipping out these buttons, you know, they fit real nicely in there, but I'll just cut it and then I'll just tape it right there. And then that works real nicely for that. Let's see, and other products, what else do I have? You know, I sell all kinds of different things. I sell messenger bags for that. I've got like regular cardboard boxes. But then I've got these, my bow ties. They already come in sort of a box. But in addition to that, again, I just kind of, you know, I want to do something a little special, so I got my lime green craft paper, or whatever you call this, tissue paper. Maybe I'll roll it up. And you can get as fancy as you want, and eventually I want to get a little better system, but this is what I'm working with right now. But you know, you can use some twine or a bow or whatever, kind of whatever your look is. So I do that, and then for extra protection, because I'm just going to ship these in these same bags that I use for comic books, I usually go ahead and put bubble wrap on that as well. And since this is a video, I'm probably not taking as long and being as careful. I just don't want this video to go on longer, but I do take a little more time with each one of these. And then again, I throw in all my, all my ancillary goodies and things like that. And these will go in there real nicely. Yeah, so that's how I ship that out. Yeah, that's pretty much the rundown on how I do it. I'm sure there's a lot of questions, a lot of other things I miss. I just wanted to come on here and do a real quick video. But like I said, I've got a lot of other products. So if there's something I didn't mention, and I'm sure there is, because people have a lot of questions when it comes to shipping. So I'm sure I left some things out. But if you have any questions at all, let me know in the comment section, and I will do my best to get back to you and answer those questions. And again, I'm going to leave links to some of the products and things that I use, where to find them, in the comment section, or in the description. So yeah, good luck with your online store and your packaging, and yeah. So there you have it. Those are some tips on how I package my artwork. Do you guys have other ideas? Do you do things differently? If you do, let me know. Or if you have any questions on something that I didn't cover in this video, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you guys later. That is all. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me here in the Art Lab. There's a lot of other great content on the channel, so click that subscribe button and you won't miss a thing. If you're an aspiring evil genius, visit Serkworks.com for all your mad science supply needs. And if you want to contact me, hit me up in the comment section or follow me on social media. I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you then.